Welcome everyone to this wonderful day, and it is the 18th of September in 2025. Before I have our guest introduce herself, I would like to just say hi to my co-host today. Liz, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm looking forward to the day.
Yes, and I am too. Marcia, how are you doing?
Hi, yeah, absolutely. Happy to be here. Thank you.
And today we have a special guest. Her most recent thing that we were probably going to talk about, I can't say that because I won't guarantee that. She was on the Librarians. She was also on the Ark, and she was on the Outpost. Three of Dean Devlin's productions that have been filmed in Serbia. So because I butchered her name 5 times, I am going to have her introduce herself.
And you're not the only one. So, hi, my name is Milica Vrzić, and I'm happy to be here, guys. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, we're so happy to have you. Now, I'll just ask you this. Oh, maybe we'll go for a comment first. I don't understand that question. Okay. What is the thing that you remember most of when you were filming The Librarians, the next chapter?
Sorry, it cut off. Can you repeat the first part?
No problem. I said, what was the thing that you remember most about when you were filming The Librarians?
The thing that I remembered the most, well, I felt all the time the atmosphere was very extra. It's like in this world, but a little like enhanced. Everything is like, I don't know, that the style of the Librarians is something I've never encountered before. And you could feel it while filming. It's just a bit larger than life. So it's a very interesting atmosphere to be in. So I remember, I went on 2 different sets, and it was like very, very magical, but at the same time, very realistic. And that's something that I don't think you find very often. So that's like my first impression now that you ask me. That's something that first can come up. There's obviously a lot more.
Had you seen any of the previous Librarians before you took this job?
I actually haven't. I only kind of read about it, and I've seen some inserts, but I haven't really watched the very original.
The original movies or the original series?
No, I haven't. I haven't at all.
So you really had no clue what you were getting into when you stepped on that set.
No, and this wasn't on purpose. I mean, obviously, when I get an audition, I try to at least get an understanding of the style of the genre and stuff like that. But obviously, even if I watched it fully, this is a different take on it. So the tone is very, I think, interesting to understand. And I can be honest here, like I auditioned for a couple of different roles. Now it's over, I can say it. So I auditioned for a couple of different roles, and that's what helped me to understand the tone.
Oh, okay. Are you allowed to say what other roles you tried out for? Would you rather not?
I don't know. So maybe we'll skip it just so.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
But basically, that was actually what educated me the most, was having different auditions, getting some more of the info in episodes, different characters, right? So I think, again, even the casting director later on in some panels was saying that especially here in our region, we don't encounter this type of genre very often.
No, it's kind of fantasy, it's kind of adventure, it's
quirky, it's also serious at times. Like there is a lot of different things, So I think that's what helps, and unfortunately, they can't share a lot of they can't share a whole episode with you. They can just give you a brief. And besides your, sides, you don't have anything. So really, it helps when you go for multiple times, and then you're like, now I got it.
Yeah. Now, Justin has a question, but I believe you only work with one of these actors.
Mhm.
He asked, "What are Olivia Morris and Jessica Green like in person, and to work with?" I think you only work with Olivia. Is that correct?
Yes, you're right.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, I only worked with Olivia, so I can only talk about her for
Right.
regarding.
Right. Yes.
But she is so charming. Like that's something that I can like. If I had to pick one thing, she has a huge charisma. She's very easy to work with. She's been in the flow, obviously, by that episode.
Mhm.
She worked quite a bit. So she's really such a great colleague, such a great fellow actor on the set, in terms of, because sometimes when you are just in one episode, you don't have enough time to understand the rhythm, to understand certain things, how they work. And she was there to explain everything. And honestly, that's her character fits her so much.
Oh,
Not to say
okay.
that, not this to say that she's the same, but it's just she is enormously cute, funny, charismatic, like all of these like great traits.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah,
Um,
Olivia is awesome. And with rest, I haven't unfortunately had a chance to collaborate closely in this show.
mhm. Now, one other question: did you work closely with the director to try to flesh out your character and what they wanted to see happen? Because I mean, it was, I don't know how to even explain it, but it was like you were there, but you were just not listening to what she said a lot of times because it was just very, very, very strange chemistry there. But it makes sense because she really didn't want to sell, but it's like,
No, but it's also being like real estate agents or like brokers, whatever,
mhm.
whoever has the preference one or one of the other name. But the thing is, I happen to know a lot about it because my mom is one.
Oh,
So
Oh,
the thing is, looking at her colleagues, because I don't think my mom is like this, but looking at her colleagues, sometimes they don't care. They're just have their own pitch in their own head and they go with it. They don't care what your requests are, what your, special announcement is. They just, they have to sell. And it's like salesperson, right?
right.
So whatever you're saying on the other side, they don't care. They just keep going with their story. So that's how probably it feels as though I'm not listening to her because my job is to keep pushing with my thing. But I'm very aware of what she's saying, obviously, in certain moments.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I'm trying to brush it off as of like, don't worry, not a problem. I want this castle. I want a percentage of my castle.
Yeah, you want your percentage, and you'll say anything
Exactly.
to make it happen.
And
Yeah.
that's why I say I'll turn every minus into a plus. So
Mhm.
I don't care, girl. You don't worry about it. You're in good
Well,
hands.
there you go. And on that note, I'm going to turn it over to Liz.
oh wow! I thought you were going to go with Marcia first, but um, you actually kind of covered a little bit about uh, applying for the role and doing different things with the librarians. But like I said before off air, you have worked with Dean Devlin in a couple other projects. Um, so when the librarians came about, that you heard that there might be a role, it doesn't matter which role, and you applied for it. Was that because you had heard from it from Dean, or was that because you had heard about it through another way?
Basically through my agent, because they collaborate very closely with all my agency is very well
Right.
connected with Balkanic, which is a production
Correct.
that services here. So I heard through my agent.
Okay. I was just curious with that, with the connection. And Speaking of a couple of the other projects, your role on the Outpost as Anna was pretty good. I really appreciated that.
Thank you.
So, but going back to when your acting started, this is what I found absolutely funny about you was you said that at 4 years old you got into acting because you were doing full-length soap operas in Spanish, the
Yeah,
telenovelas. How
yeah,
on earth did that happen?
it's true.
I'm trying to
I
figure
still,
that one out.
I still have a very bittersweet feeling about it, but it's true. Well, that happened. Uh, okay, so when I was 4 years old, telenovelas, soap operas, were very, very, very popular here, like broadcast. So they were on national channels, all over the place. It was at like you don't understand the hype about it. So basically, I was 4 years old, and I was just when like my parents kind of leave the TV on, and then or they like list the channels, and then
Yeah.
they stop maybe for like they weren't stopping at the channel because they liked telenovelas. It was just like it happened. So at one point, I got interested in one. What did I know? I don't know. I'm just seeing some people on screen, whatever. I don't understand the thing. And there is subtitles underneath. So I was bugging them to like read them for me. But then after a while, they stopped because it's tiring, because I could go for hours watching it. So then I just learned Spanish because I'm 4 years old. That's very easy. Like you just absorb like crazy.
Yeah.
So at the age of 6, I could probably like totally watch without subtitles.
So that's
So
how you got
Wow.
to be trilingual.
yeah. So what happened next chapter of what you're asking me, it's connected to what you're asking me, is that I was always kind of annoyed with how they would end a certain episode or of a development of a character.
Hmm.
So I would go to my parents' room, and then I would like play pretend. I would get all of my mom's
Oh, cool.
clothes and stuff like that. And then I'd be like, this is how I want this episode to go,
Now, does mom or dad have any hidden videos and stuff like that with you floating around?
No, unfortunately, no.
Oh,
Unfortunately, no. You just have to believe me.
oh no,
This
no, no. I believe you 100%. It was just, it'd be cool if that was actually
Yeah,
somewhere hidden, to bring out.
I agree. Actually, I never thought about it. That would be so cool to have. Yeah, I don't have it.
Doing all that, is that kind of what got you into salsa dancing as well? Because I hear you're quite good at that.
Yes, but no, that didn't really get me into it. I guess like naturally because I was exposed to like Latin region through first TV shows, and then or like soap operas, and then after that, what happened was like when I was studying in LA. Obviously, I had a lot of international friends or like parent or friends who are like from Latin region,
Mm.
and then I kind of always was attracted to everything that's connected to it. So even going out in college was like mostly like salsa bars or something like that. It was just
Oh,
like a natural, or like reggaeton or something like that. It was like a natural thing to do. My friends
oh,
were
okay.
from like Argentina, Colombia, Mexico, you name it.
Well, it's funny when you started to say those particular names, you actually slipped a little bit into the dialect of it,
Ah,
and
the
you
soft
didn't even
L.
realize you were doing it. But yeah, um, going through that now that you're in your college years, you kind of brought up you did a lot of theater production, and looking back now, between doing, let's say, Julius Caesar and Animal House and that wide range that you did, now as you're a more experienced actress, would you go back and replay, those characters and redo them differently?
Very good question. I never thought about it. I think I think thank God I let the perfectionist side a little bit off of me these days. So I think I wouldn't, just because I think there is something special about where you are at that moment of your development. I wouldn't say career, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like that word. I think the development is better for me in this moment. So I think there's something really, when I look back at it, I think those were the right choices, because I was at that stage. I wouldn't
Okay.
want to change it. And I probably, who knows if even I would get these roles now, like something similar to that.
Because of life changes and different things, and how
Yeah,
maybe you'd
because so
portray
many
it. Yeah.
different things change in you and you're not even aware of it.
Yeah.
I think for a while.
Well, I have a lot more questions, but I am going to toss it to Marcia. Since I
All
see
right.
we're chomping at the bit.
Thank you. And going back to your episode in the Librarians Next Chapter, which was "And the Feast of the Vampire," and I try to say that without the E, because that they made a point of that in the episode. And also I like learning things about Serbia and the culture. And one of the tidbits that they dropped was that the word vampire is probably the most popular word, or the most well-known Serbian language word.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was really cool. But so how do you feel about vampires? Is that
Do you know any personally, or
How do I feel about vampires?
oh, yeah.
Considering how I look when I wake up, because I'm so pale and everything, I have to, I can't hate them, I look like one. No, jokes on the side. I don't know. I haven't really, I actually think Serbian region is, yes, you're right. Like, I read multiple times about the same thing, that vampir is actually the oldest word that Serbians made up. But I don't know. I don't know much. Honestly, I have never been super invested in it. And somehow they follow me through my shows, and everything that, a lot of the things I audition for, or I've done, consist, there's a story about vampiri, as you said, vampire. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not maybe that's why they chase me, because I'm like it doesn't matter. I don't know.
You're a descendant.
Yeah.
But yeah, and in your role as the broker, we have had the incredible costumer Ivana on our show.
Yes.
And she really gave you some lovely things to wear.
Indeed. Yes. Ivana, I've collaborated with her multiple times so far. And I love her costumography, her ideas. She's so bold and brave, and really very, very authentic. And I actually think the fitting was the funniest part, because I had no clue of what she has in store for me. I know it's not going to be anything like expected, but this was so much more out there than I expected. And then she was like, well, you're selling castles. I mean, you have to look very rich,
Yeah.
this is what we're going for. And then we had so much fun at the fitting. All the girls were laughing because she was putting some more and more and more jewelry and more of this and that. And I was like, oh my God, I look like a Christmas tree. Just stop already. But actually wearing it, I felt, if I am allowed to say, really badass.
Yes.
I felt like this woman is selling some stuff. It gives you so much more to play with. What I'm trying to say, sometimes, sometimes you want to think that costume serves you, but sometimes it's just you don't find yourself you don't find yourself immediately in it. But this one was one of those where you're like, yeah, thank you. This helped me so much.
Yes. And whose idea was it to drape the jacket over rather than
hers? Of course, because it's bad and bougie. That's what she said. It's bad and bougie look. Yes, of course, it's her.
and I have to tell you, I really wanted to see more of you and your character in that episode, and and to sort of maybe have her peek in to see what was behind the doors when Lysa didn't want her to
Yes,
come in.
yes.
But
Honestly, I would have loved it too. I mean, it was so much fun.
yeah,
I could do it for days.
no,
So fun.
and the sets itself. You said there were, I think, two main sets, but where? Because it looked real. It looked like a real place rather than a set.
The two that I got to experience were, well, the first scene in the museum. It is an actual museum.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't say in the episode that it is a museum, but you could tell that it is one. So it's in the fortress in Belgrade called Kalemegdan, and that's why the setup is very very authentic. And the second one is in the studio, Pi-Fi studio, where the main library is.
Mm-hmm.
But very cool, very very cool. That's why I said it's like two worlds. Like, we're here where I'm like almost once weekly passing by, and then there is like this really great set in studio, and yeah, it's honestly very very magical.
Mm-hmm. And I've been learning a lot about Belgrade and throughout
I'm
the
sure. Yeah.
yes, and it's really the first time that I have and many others I've discussed with have seen the beauty of the area, and I really appreciate that. So if we were to come there, what are some of the places that you would suggest that are can't miss places to see?
It honestly depends a lot on your like personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
But I would divide it into two categories. Like, you have to do some basic sightseeing, which is really wonderful, but then you also would have to tell me your personal taste, because
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of different things for each person's taste. But basically, the fortress, which I just mentioned, Kalemegdan, which I'm sure you're very familiar with. Then going anywhere by the river, we have two main rivers, Sava and Danube. So there's a lot of different cute cafes, restaurants around on the river. It's very vibrant, but then you also have nature. That's very cool. Then there is also Ada, which is like a lake, but it has huge forests. It's like a central park in New York, but like a lot less cool, to be honest. But it's a lake. You have a different like sports activities, restaurants, stuff like that. Like, and it's all surrounded with forest, basically. So that one is one of them. And then there is a lot of like the main street, like kind of like imagine like anything like in downtown Knez Mikhailova. There is a lot of different streets where you can walk and sightsee and I just kind of like experience the town. And then there's a lot of small things that I would add on to that. But I really like my city, so my list would go on and on and on.
Well, that's wonderful. It's wonderful to discover more about a place that many of us know very little about. So, and thank you. Hey, as a broker, you never know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you need any apartments or anything, let me know.
Here's your card. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, Michael. I think we got some.
Yeah, we got a question, and and this is so true. Linda says, "I loved your insane ideas that you had for redecorating the castle."
It's in the script writing. I wish I could say.
You didn't embellish any of it, or you just went with what, because the script was that good?
Yeah.
You just went with what they said? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I wouldn't change it. The insane ideas are always good ideas. I would never change one of them. Plus, it depends. Like, I think a lot of the times you're just not like, you don't have that much liberty to change things, which
Yeah.
of course I respect and appreciate. So, but yeah, thank you. But they weren't mine, unfortunately.
But I'm sure you enjoy delivering them.
Yes, absolutely. Especially because you know what? This is one of my favorite things to do because it was, I find it very funny and extra, as I mentioned, and everything. And I really like insane characters. I mean, in theater, I usually play them like crazy personas. So I actually enjoyed this a lot because this was my first time with Dean Demlin's shows that I got to do it. I did it in different productions, but not over here.
There you go. Well,
So if you guys
Liz,
hear me.
well, hopefully he will. I mean,
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, life is weird.
Yeah, I mean, you could be on one of those other arcs. Who knows?
Yep.
Because I was in the first season, it can't happen.
Yeah, I can.
Mm-hmm.
Anything
Because
can
the
happen in
time.
sci-fi.
What was that?
Because of the time difference. Because when what they were showing you with you was in the past,
Yeah.
you could have
I see.
you could have picked up one of the later ships, and so who knows?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I know you're not allowed to talk about it if it's true, but I'm just saying it's possible. And we're going to have Dean on pretty soon, so we could kind of mention it to him. You need a reporter, out there. You
We
had
do.
one here,
They had
and
Kat,
you just
so-
need to make sure she got on one of those other ships. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it. Yeah, anything goes, I guess.
Yeah. Or you could be a clone. I mean, who knows?
No,
Who
come
knows?
on.
Oh, look, we're hoping there's a few clones
Yeah.
of some of the
We are.
cast.
Really badly.
But on a more positive note, I'm going to head over to Liz.
You had mentioned that you really like doing insane or out of the box characters with some things.
Yeah.
And on that, you have kind of, I wouldn't quite say insane, but yes, I've seen some of the stuff he does. An insane out of the box director. Did you get a chance to see Taki's little clip in that where he was like playing the crazed person running from the vampire?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't watch that. Please send it to me.
Yeah, it's fun to see that. I'll have to send that to you. And then speaking of Taki, you went on and you did, which is, I've mentioned this multiple times on the show, one of my daughter's favorite, which is Slotherhouse. And
Yeah, you know about Slotherhouse. Yeah.
it's a big thing in this house. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
We've talked about it with several guests in the last few weeks, believe it or not.
Yeah, we have. So how exactly did you get into that role? Was that another just going through, the agencies and everything? Or?
Actually, it's very very good you mentioned Talkie and everything else because it's somehow related to him. I worked with him on the Outpost.
Right.
On one of the I can't remember now. Please don't kill me, but it was I think he directed 2 episodes I was in. I can't remember now. It seems like an eternity ago. But anyways, my death scene in Outpost, he was directing that. I know that for a fact. And he actually really liked that I was also like saying something. I don't want to stand like a stunt double or something like that. Like I just really like these scenes that are just like so out there. We really got along well on Outpost. And then after the Outpost, I went to the States. I was there for another year, and then he was asking me if I would be interested to audition for a horror feature film that will be filmed in Serbia. And I was like, of course. And that's how, like, basically he recommended me for to audition for this movie. And then I did, 2-3 rounds, and basically that was it. And then I flew from the US here to do it. And that was so much fun. Oh my God, so much fun. Like,
It looks like you guys absolutely had a blast, because I know when we're sitting here watching it, multiple times we've seen it and we still just find new things and crack up in different areas. It's like, yeah.
that's that. Yeah, because it's so again, as I am using this word extra, like it is so
Very over the top. Yeah.
it's so over the top that I think that makes it very funny. So yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun doing Slaughterhouse. It was a blast.
Something that I noticed in your profile and your resume, it said that you enjoy painting. What type of painting? And do you pick from impressionists that you try to, emulate, or?
I don't know that I don't know where you found it. I don't know if I mistakenly put it somewhere. I don't really do I don't do the painting. I just do sometimes like those like coloring books.
Oh,
It's like
those are fun, though.
that's just for like relaxing me, and I put some music on, and then or like a
That
podcast.
could be considered painting. It's coloring, drawing. My soon-to-be niece-in-law and my niece, both, and my sister, all love doing adult coloring. I mean,
It's so
huge,
good.
gorgeous artworks. It's
It's really really good.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I don't know where is it? I have to find it and delete it.
Oh, I have so many sources I'd have to go back and check. But no, it still qualifies under painting, but maybe you would probably do it as coloring.
My
Yeah.
mom is an awesome painter too, though. That maybe maybe at some point unconsciously I wanted to take that trade.
Well, hey, you never know. What particular memory or item do you think you would have liked to have snagged from the set of the Librarians?
Good question. I think, well, does it have to be a part of the set design?
No, it could be anything,
Okay.
or a good memory.
The blazer, the pink blazer.
Oh, that was gorgeous.
Really? Yeah, it was.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is so great. I loved it so much.
I think every single guest that we have talked to has said anything that Ivana has made, they want to snag and take home with them.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, her work is just absolutely so gorgeous.
Yes, and her work outside of the film itself is amazing. I was on the verge to buy some really cool pants, but they didn't have my number or my size. Sorry, but yeah, the fashion design in general is amazing.
I know you have an upcoming project that is going to be probably soon released. Can you describe or tell us anything about Papillon yet? I can't say it right. Pupin.
Oh, Pupin. It sounds
okay.
It's about the scientist Michailo or Michael Pupin, who also lived his great deal of his life. He lived in the U.S. actually, and I think that project is probably one of my top projects that I worked on. Now, this is the problem. I always forget if I'm allowed to talk about something or not.
If you can't talk about it, don't talk.
No, don't talk.
I can just say about the project itself. That is a public information.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about the character or not. Like, I'm always really
But we don't want you to get in trouble, so don't.
No, I know. Don't worry. But anyway, I just want to tell you that the project itself, I think, is a very, very good. It's going to turn out really good because I think it's a very valuable part of history that it covers. Also, so many really incredibly talented and prestigious actors from this region are taking part in it.
Sam Bell is one of them.
Who? Sorry?
Sam Bell, who was also in the
And
librarian.
Bell, we were together on the set.
Yeah.
In the same shot basically and everything. So I don't know if she talked about it, but honestly, I think a lot of the actors you would recognize that were in some different shows that you covered. The set design, the atmosphere, the directing, the cast, every part of that TV show I enjoyed working so much on. So I think it's gonna come out sometime beginning of New Year 2026.
Yeah, I heard early 2026, but it didn't have a date. So
It's
yeah.
supposed to come out. And I'm also gonna tell you I'm talking in English, but in a different accent. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Ooh.
So yeah,
That sounds
I think
fun.
it's gonna be an amazing show. Yeah.
Miss Marcia, I'm going to give it to you real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, to go back to a couple of your earlier roles with in the electric entertainment universe, your roles both on the Outpost and in the Ark, though you said it was small, were both pivotal because, say, in the Ark, your episode was 2x2. You played a reporter, but you introduced us to the trusts. So you.
Yeah. I would I guess I would never phrase it that way, but you're totally right. Maybe I'm always some deal breaker.
And yes, so they spoke their first words on screen in answer to your question. Of course, Mr. Trust wasn't very nice to you.
Not at all. Not at all.
And then your, of course, larger role in the Outpost as Anna, it was a game changer because you were the one who invited all of the infected into and got them into the city, the Outpost. So
yes, and imagine that was filming during COVID.
Yeah.
Imagine how weird was that. Yeah, Anna was very cool to play and very interesting given the context that we're like in the peak of COVID. And thankfully, of course, on set everything was very under certain standards and very careful and stuff like that. But it was very very cool to play it actually, and that was one of my first like professional projects to work on. So I was very blessed to have that opportunity, honestly.
Yeah, and through your actions and what flowed afterward, the entire series changed. A lot of people died.
I shared the drama.
You did. So, and I also thank you and Michael for inviting you because that allowed me to go back and watch the episodes again. So I watched all the episodes.
Oh wow!
What number, Marcia? 27? 27 times or
yeah, at least. But yeah, and that set, your episodes took place in season 3, which was the larger set, because we know that in the beginning it was super small, but the set itself, it was really, what was the set like?
We're talking about the Outpost.
The Outpost.
Yes. Okay, sorry, I got confused for a second because for the Outpost, well, you know what? It wasn't as not weird, but like odd, let's say, just because a lot of the set like style has to do with our like medieval era.
Yes.
Specifically like Balkans medieval era. The aesthetics of it is like what we were learning in the history books, like or art books. So honestly, to me, it wasn't as odd, but it was definitely the biggest set I've ever been on. So that was just frightening the first day because it's huge. They're a bunch of people. For half of them, I don't even know what's the function. How does all of this work? So for me, it has a special place because that was my first like big set experience. So when you ask me about set, like I actually, this is what comes to my mind. But as I said, for the aesthetics, I was actually just surprised that that works for this type of show, because I didn't know actually too much about it, especially on that first day coming in.
So you learned a lot
Yes,
on that.
absolutely, absolutely, great learning experience.
So now, thinking about the present, and we're watching a lot of electric entertainment shows. We're watching, hoping to looking forward to season 3 of the Ark and so forth. But what are you watching? What is it that you're interested in these days as far as media?
Oof, I have to tell you very honestly, I've never watched less shows than recently. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I somehow I went to this Sarajevo Film Festival some like a month ago, and I watched some really great movies, and I got into kind of a mindset of like, oh my god, I have a lot of movies that I have to watch. So I sometimes go back at the TV and like I just play back certain old movies that I even like I forgot, or I don't remember them too well, or I never watched. I watched Training Day the other day with Denzel Washington. It's because
That's a hard movie to watch.
yes,
Yeah.
I know, but I barely remember this movie. So that's where I'm at right now. TV shows, I don't know why. Like I paused for a bit. I can't remember. Adolescence was probably the last one that blew my mind, I have to say.
I'm curious. You said Training Day, which is a very interesting movie. I'll tell you that of all Denzel's movies, that is the one that disturbed me the most, because he played such a rotten person in that movie. I kept wanting him to turn into a good guy, but
Yes, me too. That's why it's so good and so complex.
he never
It's so
does.
complex and it's great. I love it. Yeah.
Mhm. Now I wanted to ask you. Now we looked at one part of your resume, and we found out that really wasn't part of your history. But I also saw that you do impressions. Now, was
You got it, Marcia.
Yes, I do impressions.
that is really interesting.
I do like to do impressions. If you ask me now on top of my head, I can't. I used to do a lot of impressions of my teachers, professors, friends, and stuff like that. Like it was like I was really obsessed with it. Even the professors loved it, and they asked me to do it in front of them. That was really wild. So I think that, but so I had to like put it down for 10%, like like just maybe kind of smear a little bit. But yeah, I used to like to do them a lot. Now I don't do them as much. Like I don't find it fascinating to do like for famous people. I actually love to do for, yeah, like I don't know, some my like people that I know. I never did for anyone like super famous, to be honest. Like, or maybe I did, but it was like very local, like someone like from Serbia or something like that. Never from like a big star.
Have you ever thought about? Oh, no, go
You
ahead.
reminded me because I should try, because this is a training. It's a training totally. So I can go back to put more attention to it. You're right.
Who knows? It might lead to something else along your journey of.
Yeah, they're so fun. I just love them. They're very fun.
Okay, back to you, Michael. Thank you.
Yeah, just one thing for me for a kind of like closing. If you could go back and be in one of the shows, any show you have been in, if they did a sequel, a movie sequel or anything that you have been in, what would you like to do?
The Librarians.
Really?
Yes. I want.
Blonde wig and just do a whole different character or something.
Yes. Totally. I would do it again. I would do it again. I loved my character there. I mean, I loved it. Obviously, I enjoyed all of them, but this one has a special place in my heart, I think.
Lovely.
It's just so playful. It's very playful, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Liz, final questions?
Just the one which, considering our run of luck with everybody from the Librarians, I doubt. But I'm going to take this chance since you was on the Ark. Have you had any of the Serbian ice cream? We have heard nothing but yumminess from every single person we have had from the Ark. The Librarians haven't heard of it.
I don't know what's with the ice cream. I'm not like, yes, Serbian ice cream is great, but like, I don't know what's the story with the ice cream.
I think it just tastes different than what it does in the States. And I think that's what does it for some of the people.
Wow.
I mean, that's the only thing we can figure out, because the Librarians are going, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And the Ark, it's like, that's all they can talk about.
It's an addiction to them.
Wow. I mean, no, I don't know. I have to be informed. I've tried both. But
yeah, I say because you've been in the States, so you
exactly.
Gelato. Yeah. It's more like gelato. I guess that maybe that's what they're trying to.
Maybe that's.
It's not as creamy. It's like not Dairy Queen. It's not like, it's not as creamy. It's more gelato-like. It's very intense, dense. Now I'm getting there like them. No. I'm gonna take my ice cream.
And the other thing I just want to say is thank you so much for taking some time to spend with us.
Guys.
We've had a lot of fun. So.
Thank you very much. I had a lot of fun as well. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure, definitely.
Marcia.
Yeah, one last thing. When we are going to have a guest on, we go through and research a lot and go through your Instagram. One picture popped out at me where you were in a silver outfit with a silver crown on.
Oh,
And I'm curious, what was that about?
That was I know it's very like random, like out there, like what is this? It's for this amazing for this really wonderful children's show that I'm in it's like a youth theater, and I am, guess what, some really like egoistic and full of herself ice queen. Like I barely can move, but I'm very smart. So yes, I love that costume. I think that's why I posted it, just because it's fun.
Now that children's theater that you mentioned makes me think of Paul Leonard Murray, who does children's theater and Shakespeare. Yeah, and so maybe you two will pass over, and he does it in Belgrade as well. So
well, she interviewed him in the Ark, so it's like...
Yeah.
I know people really well, and my friend is bringing him for like a couple of workshops in her acting studio, but I never got a chance to connect with him closer. But you're right, I should. I got a lot of tips from you today, guys. Like, thank you. And really, Marcia, your like inspector's like research work, great job.
Well, thank you. And we'll echo Liz. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Well, we were so thankful that you came. And if you'd ever like to come back and just chat with us about anything, if you've got a new project you want to talk about, if you're producing a movie and you want to talk about it, just, we've had one from the cast of the Ark come and do that. So, but, we'd love to have you back. So just keep that in mind.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Likewise, if feel free to reach out to me whenever.
Yeah. And everybody out in the chat room, thank you for coming. Yes. Thank you for those that are listening to us after we aired. Please do tell your friends. And we would just like to say, See you all next time. Check our webpage and everything for the new shows coming up. We've got a bunch coming up. We've got one of the another writer from the Librarians coming next week on Thursday.
Nice.
So, and then Taki's going to be joining us soon too.
Oh, okay.
So,
say hi to Talkie from me.
I will. So everyone take care and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.